Hey guys, Bri Jordòn here. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. Guys, I know I've been gone for a while, but I am back and I'm here with some new fresh content. Today I'm going to talk to you guys about my favorite perfumes that I've been wearing for spring. All of these have been on rotation non-stop, so I'm just gonna jump right in. First up on the list is a fragrance by Chanel, and this is Chance Eau Fresh. So this fragrance is a bright green, fresh floral, and I just think it smells so youthful. It smells like a sophisticated, young, classy woman. It definitely has that Chanel DNA going on, but in a youthful way. In my opinion, this is a very modern take on Chanel perfume compared to anything else in the collection that I've smelled so far. I just love this. It smells so classy and refined and still very youthful. The longevity and sillage on this fragrance is great. I get about 6 to 8 hours of wear on this fragrance, so it holds up pretty well on me. Yeah, I love this one. It's just so classy. Next up, we have Carnal Flower by the House of Fredric Malle. One of the most photorealistic tuberose scents that I've ever smelled. You can literally smell the transition that the flower is going through. From a young green bud to a fully blossomed flower. That is what I get with this fragrance. The fragrance opens up green with a stunning note of eucalyptus. Eucalyptus is not a note that I see in many fragrances, so I was excited when I saw that it was featured in this because I find eucalyptus to be very calming and relaxing. So having that note featured in here, it just brings so much harmony to this and makes it quite unisex. I also find this fragrance to be very therapeutic. If you're somebody who deals with a lot of anxiety or stress, this would be a great fragrance to have around you because it produces such a calming effect. If you're somebody who loves yoga or Pilates or any of those type of workouts, this is a fragrance that you might want to pick up as well. Oh, it's so calming. I love that. And there's hints of jasmine, coconut, and musk in the background. I don't necessarily pick up the coconut that much on my skin, but I've heard people say that they pick it up and it's quite tropical, but I don't get that. I mostly get green and that fine note of tuberose, that bold note of tuberose. It's really good, you guys. I recommend getting samples, testing this fragrance out because it's beautiful. It's really something special. The only downside with this fragrance is that it doesn't last long on my skin, sadly. I get about 3 to 4 hours of wear and it dies down pretty fast on me, so I have to go in and respray, which I don't mind because I really enjoy this fragrance. Like I said, this fragrance is 100% unisex and you can wear it all year long, but I think the highlight times to wear it would be spring and summer. I just love this. Get your nose on it, guys. Carnal Flower by the House of Fredric Malle. Here we have Good Girl Gone Bad by the House of Kilian. It's a beautiful blend of watery white florals, hints of fruits with a lactonic, creamy, vanillic, and woody dry down. It is so stunning, you guys. I love this for the summertime. Guys, this fragrance is so beautifully done and the transitions are so harmonious. If you're just getting into niche, this is a good one to grab. And I can easily see a bride wearing this fragrance. So ladies, if you're getting married in the spring or summertime, this may be a fragrance that you want to check out because it's so good. This is a fragrance by the House of Versailles. This is called Blondine. Guys, this is one of the most unique floral scents in my collection, honestly. I have tons and tons of florals, but nothing like this. This is one of the most beautiful, buttery, creamy, sensual lily scents I've ever smelled. And also, this is my scent of the day. This perfume is 100% feminine, and this is a scent that would get you noticed. I think it smells very playful, sophisticated, and it also has subtle hints of seduction. Just to feature some of the notes, the main star is lily. Then we have the supporting notes of salted butter caramel, cocoa, tonka bean, musk, vanilla, and jasmine. Ladies, you need to get this. You need to get samples. You need to try this out. because it's amazing. This is another fragrance that I recommend to any of you ladies getting married over the spring or summer because this is such a great soft buttery floral. As for longevity and sillage, it's pretty average with this fragrance. I get about 6 to 7 hours of wear, so it wears quite nicely on me. Perfume number 5 is Armani Privege Rouge Malachite or Malachite. This bottle is stunning. Look at this, you guys. It's so beautiful. It looks like marble. It is so pretty. Ugh, I just can't get over this. I think this is one of the prettiest bottles within my collection. So Rouge Malachite. This is a luscious, thick bed of white florals. Smelling this puts a smile on my face. The head floral note that I pick up is definitely tuberose. There's a note of clary sage in here that gives it this aromatic twist, but it doesn't overpower. There's also subtle hints of sweetness and creaminess that really makes this fragrance kind of dessert-like. And there's a slight powderiness, like undertones of powderiness. It kind of reminds me of like a powdered donut, like a white powdered donut. And also something about this fragrance comes off slightly vintage. And something about this fragrance gives off the aura of a warm hug, like a warm embrace. You know, like a warm hug from your mother or some woman in your life that is just really loving and comforting. You're just comfortable around her. That is what I get with this fragrance. When I smell this, I see a specific type of woman wearing this scent. She's all about class, from the way she behaves, the way she dresses, and the lifestyle that she lives. She's also quite glamorous, and not like a modern day overly glammed woman, like a subtle vintage type of glamour. Say for instance, somebody like Elizabeth Taylor, because the way she carries herself in her essence really matches the vibe of this fragrance. Think of her in her prime in the 1950s, like that matches this fragrance. It's really beautiful, you guys. I enjoy this fragrance. I must be honest, when I first got this fragrance, it took a while for me to really appreciate it and really fall in love with it. That happens sometimes with fragrance. It's not always an instant love. Sometimes you have to spend days, even weeks with the fragrance to really understand it and let it develop and smell all the transitions. That's what happens to me with fragrance. And to add to that, even with all the hype that is around this perfume, I still don't think it's for everybody. I think it's for somebody who enjoys the style of vintage perfumery, who's a little bit more classy, sophisticated, and she's just an elegant woman. The longevity and sillage is above average. This easily gives me about 8 hours of wear, which is great. Get samples and see how it works for you, and let me know in the comment section. Fragrance number 6 is by a house that I'm really starting to appreciate and love their scents. This is by the house of Boadicea Victorious. This is pure narcotic. Look at this bottle, you guys. This is incredible. This is such an interesting scent, you guys. The house Boadicea, this is a niche lover's paradise. If you love niche, if you love complexity of fragrances, Boadicea Victorious is definitely a place you want to look into. This is an interesting one, you guys. At first I was lost for words, and I really had to sit down with this fragrance and give it some time to develop and really try to pick it apart. And I love this fragrance. I think it's so interesting. I think it's unique, it's exotic, sexy, herbaceous. It's really good, you guys. I would say that this is a sexy, herbaceous, white floral scent. This fragrance features a lot of different notes. Off the top of my head, there's cardamom, there's coriander, there's mats. I think that's like some type of tea notes. I think green tea, I'm not sure. There's tonka bean, there's jasmine, white florals. That's what I remember off the top of my head. The opening of this fragrance is very bright and it simmers down into a herbal smell. Almost coming off like lemongrass, and I love the scent of lemongrass. And after that, then comes in the white florals in the background, and it's just so beautifully done. The white florals aren't heavy, they're very airy, and it just mixes so well. Surprisingly, that herbal note in this fragrance brings on a subtle sexiness. I've noticed that with fragrances that have any type of herbal tea notes, they tend to come off very sexy, and that's what's happening in here. It comes off very sexy and playful. It's a really great scent, and this can be unisex, but I think it would suit better on a woman. I think this is perfect for like spring and summer evenings, especially if you're going on a date. Like, you know, maybe 6 o'clock, the sun is still out, you're in your little black dress and your nice black heels, and you're wearing this. To get samples, because I know this fragrance is expensive, I believe on Beverly Hills Perfumery, you can go on there and get samples of this. Definitely try it out. I think it's worth a sniff. Here we have a fragrance from the house of Dior, and this is Miss Dior Blooming Bouquet EDT. This is such a cute little bottle. I love it. So many. This fragrance just exudes class and sophistication and elegance. Like, this is the scent of a lady. You know who I picture in my head when I smell this? Princess Diana. Very graceful, very poised, a little bashful, but overall elegant, classy. It's such a beautiful, natural smelling floral scent. There's nothing groundbreaking about this scent, but it's still just so striking and classy that I just love this. When I smell this fragrance, I smell a bouquet of light pink florals. It just smells very natural and fresh. I love that. There's nothing synthetic smelling about this fragrance. This fragrance is composed so elegantly, it really encaptures the house of Christian Dior. So this fragrance opens up with light roses. Nothing too heavy, just light, airy, and very pretty and pink. There's musky notes in here, so it provides this soft, delicate undertone. There's also hints of fruity notes in here, being apricot and peach. The hints of fruity notes in this fragrance don't overpower the floral notes. It actually just ties in all together and makes the fragrance very full-bodied. There's a note of peony in this fragrance that brings out this dewiness and freshness. I just think this fragrance is so classy and just the essence of femininity. It smells really good. To me, this fragrance embodies an elegant, carefree, easygoing woman and can be worn by women of all ages, and it's always going to bring this youthful freshness to you. This isn't a groundbreaking scent by no means. It's just very natural, beautiful, feminine, and elegant. Okay guys, we're on our last 2 fragrances and I'm pretty excited. This one is a new one in my collection and I love this fragrance. So this is by the house of Royal Crown and this is Kimiyia. Look at that cap, you guys. Look at that. The presentation, out of this world. This just looks like something a princess would own. It's so pretty. So let's talk about the scent. Kimiyia. I actually really love the name. There's featured notes of Tahif rose, there's honey, there's oud, there's carnation, there's jasmine. Those are some of the notes that I remember in this fragrance, but overall, dry down and everything, it's a rose, honey, oud fragrance. It is beautiful. This is a masterful blend in my opinion. When I smell this fragrance, I can easily picture a Middle Eastern princess wearing this. Like this is her casual scent. This is how she smells all the time. She smells fabulous. I would describe this fragrance as a unique, golden, exotic smelling fragrance. The oud in this fragrance is done perfectly. It's not barnyard-like, it's not animalic, it's just perfect. It smells amazing. And then the rose note, you guys know that there's so many rose and oud combos out there and they smell somewhat similar, some better than others. But this one is very unique on its own because that honey note adds such a golden hue to this fragrance is insane. It makes it very golden and the honey is not too sweet. The sweetness is actually subdued in my opinion. The sweetness isn't overpowering. It isn't like overly harshly sweet. It's just perfect. And then the rose, that rose is something interesting. This is so beautiful. It's so beautifully done. Nothing overpowers each other in this fragrance. Everything blends together so beautifully. It just works out really well. Honestly, guys, you definitely need to sample this fragrance out because it's super unique, The oud is well done. If you are scared of oud, I don't think you'll have to be with this fragrance, because the oud isn't overpowering. It's really nice and mellow and just really blends beautifully with all the notes that it's mixed with. It's insane. It's so good, you guys. And she's beautiful on the vanity. We finally made it to the last fragrance, you guys. Oh my gosh, this is an honorable mention. This fragrance is what started my niche journey, and I still love it to this day. After how many years now? It's amazing still. So here we have Delina by Parfums de Marly. Delina, Delina, Delina. You are beautiful. If you love rose, if you love lychee, if you love sandalwood, musk, mix that all together in a tart note of rhubarb, you got Delina. Now, I would definitely go to say that Delina is a pretty girl fragrance. Like, all pretty girls should definitely be wearing Delina. It is so yummy, and it's so feminine and young and playful, and has that sensual vanilla going on in the background, so it doesn't go too juvenile. It's just so good. That rhubarb note in here just makes this fragrance so special to me. I love the tartness. It may turn some people off, but to me, that's what keeps it exciting. It's not overly sweet. It's not overly floral. It's just right. I'm telling you guys, Delina is so beautiful. This is a fragrance that will always be in my collection. I would never let this go. And if I finished it, I would definitely buy it back. Okay, friends, that is it. I'm so happy that we made it through this list. These are amazing fragrances, guys. Check them out, get samples. Let me know your thoughts on them. Let me know what you guys are wearing too in the comment section below. And all you new subscribers, I see you. I thank you guys for joining my journey, and I hope you guys stay for more videos. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video again, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.